Shemel Shai. Yahweh Shemel Shai.
So special.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh.
And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just gonna go through a few headlines real quick. Okay, this is rtnews.com. Okay, and we're in January 2021. All right, and as you can already see, things are already in a state of turmoil. All right, now dealing with this this vaccine situation. All right, there's now more and more information coming out. As you can see down here, there's an article that says woman who suffered convulsions after taking the Pfizer C jab being screened for permanent neurological damage. Okay, and amongst many others, you also have here, it says California halts injections of Moderna CV batch due to higher than usual number of adverse events. Okay, so there's more people having, there's people actually dying, and there's people having situations like this, where I'm gonna play the clip, and you can see, what she's going through. All right, for going ahead and taking that. All right, for trusting in your enemy. And before I play that, as you can see here, it says my mom was all for the vaccine, all happy and all that, went and took it, and now she wished, all right, she didn't. Okay, so let's play this. Let me make it full screen. And when you look at the way her body's shaking, that's not how, if somebody was deliberately trying to, fake it, they would have to put effort into moving specific parts of their body to make it look like that. But when you look at the way her feet and her hands are still, but the core of her body's shaking, that's uncontrollable. Okay, so like I said, now she wished she ain't do that. But hey, when we were warning you, what were we? We were just a bunch of we just haters, and nah, it's okay to do. Now, after seeing things like this, if you go ahead and you still go and take it, who's that on? That's on you. All right, we did our job and we warned you, okay, concerning this thing from the jump. All right, we warned you from the jump, but hey, people still went ahead and they want to do what they want to do. Okay, also here it says U.S. Capitol put on lockdown over exterior threat after fire erupts in nearby area outside complex. Okay, and you have amongst other let's see. And you got this guy Biden. Basically, they're saying that, man, the second he comes up in there, he's signing things right away. All right, he wants FEMA out in the streets. Okay, delivering this vaccine. But we just saw all these different things happening to those who were taking it. Okay, it says here hacked emails allegedly detail how EU drug regulator was pressured to approve the jab despite problems with it. You see, so this is what's going on, and we're only the first month, all right, of the year. So hey, we this year got a lot to bring. Now, based on the order of prophecy, we understand that the coming weeks, the coming months are going to be worse than overall. This year is going to be worse, all right, for people than it was last year. Okay, now remember the EU I believe it was the United Nations. I believe it was the United Nations that came out and said that there were going to be famines of biblical proportions. All right, and that 2021 was going to be a year, all right, so catastrophic that they've never seen it before since the putting together of the UN. Right. So now this is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 20, and this is also part of the reason why Esau Edom is going to have to come down with great wrath, because he literally, all right, is running out of time. Now, we notice how the days are moving faster. We notice how, it's just morning, and then in a couple of hours, the sun is already down, or you just go to camp and it's like the next day. All right. It's the night before, going to camp again. Time is just flying by. All right. That's actually happening. Now, this is the book of Mark 13 and 20. It says, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. All right. And you're not tripping, because it's not like you have people that are in the world that say, yo, it feels like time is just flying by. And more and more people are saying that, all right, now, more than ever, because that's actually happening. Now, there was an article that came out and said that, they found out that the earth is spinning, all right, faster, all right, basically fastest that is ever spun before. Okay. So, we've seen all these things. The Lord did say that these things would happen. All right. So right now we're just waiting, all right, for those last few prophecies to come to pass. Okay. And we know we out of here. All right. There's not much left. The obviousness, all right, of the downfall of this place is just out there. Everybody can see that this place is heading down. Now with this whole situation, tension built up with this whole inauguration, and you got all these troops over there. Apparently they have more troops there in the capital than they had in Afghanistan. Okay, we're gonna watch and see. Okay, because the scriptures do say, all right, watch. Let's get that real quick. This is the book of Luke 21, and I'll start at 34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. And that's why the Lord told Ezra in the book of 2nd Ezra 9 and 1 to measure thou the time diligently. So you have to give diligence in measuring the times. That means you have to be aware of what's going on. Okay, you have to be aware of what prophecies. You have to understand and know the prophecies. Okay, and when you're doing that, you can't be caught up in the world. Okay, so the Lord told us what? To take heed to ourselves, so that we don't get distracted, so that we can stay focused. Because when this day comes, all right, you don't get a redo. You don't go, hold up, I wasn't ready at this time. Let's rewind it, and then let me get my mind right, and then we can play again. No. Verse 35, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Now, what is a snare? A snare is a trap, right? And let's say hunters in particular will use a snare. Well, and there's different types. You have the hole. All right, maybe there's a ditch, and they cover it up with grass, make it blend in with the rest of the surroundings. All right, and then let's say the creature, the animal that they want to catch, just steps over it and falls into it, and they go out and they get it. They kill it, and then they bring it out. All right. You also have the gin for the birds. All right, the trap where you set it there, and then when they land, they try to get the food off of it. Boom, that thing catches their leg, and then they're right there. You have different forms of snares where it's you're baited into it, but you don't see it coming. That's the point of a snare. You don't see it coming, and you get entrapped. So the Lord said that day, all right, is going to come upon the world like a snare on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. All right, now, hey, even in that, you could say, well, it could come, as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, like sudden destruction, right? But now people are on edge, and they expect some form of destruction to come. But even knowing that, it can still come upon you as a snare, because you don't know what level this destruction is going to get to. Very soon, when the prophecies start to be fully fulfilled upon the face of the planet Earth, that thought in the back of people's minds of, well, it's bad, but we still have hope that when it's all at the end of it, we can bounce back as Americans and rebuild and go back to the way things were before. As more and more prophecies get fulfilled, that thought is going to completely leave your mind, because it's going to get so bad that you're not even going to be able to see, all right, in your mind's eye, how you can even possibly begin to rebuild this place, how you can even possibly begin to go back to a normal life. You see, when all that death and destruction is in the streets, you're going to have a completely different experience. You're going to see things you've never seen before. You're going to smell things you've never smelled before. You're going to feel fear you've never felt before. And after experiencing all that, it changes people. So it's not going to be possible. Hey, you're going to have certain people who have never even touched a gun before, but under certain circumstances, when all hell breaks loose, they're out here killing people, all right, hurting people, having their conscience bothering them over certain acts that they may have done. So how do you go back to normal after that? You don't. And people are going to understand that, because that's how bad it's going to get. You're not going to see an end. Is there no end to this misery? Okay? When all these things, when the Lord kicks those dominoes and they start falling one by one, all right, each domino, there's those videos where they set up the dominoes, or those bricks that look like dominoes, and it starts so small, but each one that hits the next gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the fall is heavier and heavier and heavier. And that's what this is going to be like. It's going to start off small, it's going to get worse and get worse, like an avalanche. It starts off, then it builds, then it builds, then it builds, then it's huge, and it's coming down that mountain. Okay? So it says, verse 36, watch ye therefore and pray always. You have to always pray, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, because your salvation is based on the mercy of the Lord. So you have to constantly pray to the Lord that he has that mercy on you, that he doesn't, hit that point of not wanting to have mercy on you anymore. And next thing you know, you're done. All right. So watch, therefore. You have to watch the news. You have to watch what's going on in the world. Watch the mindset of the people. Watch the vibrations of the earth. Okay. And pray that when this thing does pop off, that the Lord will have mercy on you. Okay. And your loved ones, that you can be delivered from these things that are to happen, that you can be a part of that he in Jeremiah 30:7, that he that shall be delivered out of it, that Lord willing, you are part of that. You have to pray. You have to pray for that. Because none of us know for certain, all right, if we're of the elect or not. We hope and we pray, okay? And that's why we hope and pray, because we don't know for certain. The Lord didn't come and tell you, hey, you could be doing everything you have to do, but you still have to have that fear of uncertainty, which will keep you on your toes. And your only confirmation is until you're in them chariots, all right, and the Lord has confirmed it for you. You got to stay on your A game. That's as it says in 2 Peter 1:10. Give all diligence. That's your only ticket. That's your only assurance. Okay. It says, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right. So we got to constantly watch and constantly pray. So when we see these articles and we see, the media and the propaganda and all these different things, we have to pray, because we're also going to be here in a time of Jacob's trouble. It's intended to really, bring hell upon the wicked, but we're going to be here in a world where destruction is all around us. So we're going to need, all right, to pray. We're going to need the protection, all right, of the Heavenly Father and His Son, because they are the ones ultimately who are releasing these plagues, all right, whether they use Esau to do it or not. They're the ones ultimately behind it, orchestrating it all. Okay, so you got to seek mercy. Now, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1. And I'll start at, I'll start at verse 1. It says, the burden of Habakkuk, the prophet, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear? even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. And that's hand in hand with what's that? Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. Okay, and we are in the stead of Habakkuk. We feel what he's feeling. Now this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Now, there's applying that now, the angel's not going, literally, all right, to the city of Jerusalem to do this, but he's going to wherever Israel is at, okay, and setting that mark of exemptions upon the elect, okay. So it says, of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So going back to Habakkuk, like he said, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence. That's a part of the abominations that are being done in the midst of us. And thou wilt not save. Because sometimes it feels like we're constantly praying and crying to the Lord and begging him that, maybe something comes up and we pray that this be it. And then, it goes back to normal again, and then we got to wait for the next one. And it seems it's like, how long, are we going to continue crying to the Lord and he's not, making it happen? All right. Verse 3, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? And as the scriptures say, oppression maketh a wise man mad. Okay. So here we are, as the scriptures also say, like a righteous Lot who is vexed with the filthy conversations of the wicked. All right. And that's us. We're vexed with the filthy conversation, which when you go into that word in the Greek is anastrophe, which means a lifestyle or a way of life. So we're vexed with the filthy, wicked way of life of these people that are around us. It says, for spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. And don't we see that in our daily lives? Verse 4, we see that in the whole world. Verse 4, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. And that's because Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand, the power, the authority of the wicked. So of course the law of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not going to go out, and it's going to be slacked. All right. And if you sit down, all right, and you look at what the world looks like now, if we don't come into power, if Yahushua doesn't come down, you living on earth alone is going to be, you're not going to desire to live on earth. All right. The paradise that the Lord created this place to be is not that anymore right now. And you'll be a prisoner, having life will be like being in prison. All right. If these people get their way, if they get to continue ruling, because the whole earth is trapped. It's polluted. All right. It's corrupted. It's filthy. It's morally decayed. Everything is just dying. Everything is just going bad. The whole world. So in a few years, what do you, if this was to continue, all right, for a few more years, what would there be to life? They're trying to redefine the definition of life. They're trying to undo everything the Most High has done. But the Lord, and when he gave charge to Yahushua and the Elohim, when they completed it, he said, what? It is good. It was tawab. It was perfect. But Esau is trying to change all of that. So unless the Lord intervenes, the perfect world that he created is going to become a prison, all right, of just death and no freedom at all. All right. Because what? The wicked is going to be ruling. So it says, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. And as it says in Proverbs, when the wicked are in authority, when roughly paraphrasing, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right. And right now, wrong judgment proceedeth, so the people are mourning. Verse 5, behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. So the Lord said what? For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. Because what the Lord is about to do very, very, very soon is going to be a time like never before. All right, it's going to be hard to believe even though you're seeing it. The Lord is we're about to witness a change, all right, in authority, a power structure change. Okay. And things are, and it's not going to be like a gradual thing. We're about to witness a change from evil to righteousness, just like that. Not evil to lukewarm evil to righteousness. For Esau is the end of the world, end of that age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And we're going to experience that transition from life in hell, because that's what this earth is like with Esau and rulership, to life in heaven when Yahushua comes back. We're going to live through that transition period and experience both sides and know, all right, and really appreciate the kingdom. And that's a part of the work that the Lord is going to work, all right, that is going to be hard for people to believe. Like it says, though it be told you. All right, now moving on, I'm going to end it off with this. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 126. It says, "It is time for thee, O Lord, or time for thee, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, to work, for they have made void thy law." And that's what the Lord is about to do. Really, he's doing it now. All right, 2 Ezra 15, the spirit of sedition, that's in the air. That's on the earth. And it's a part, all right, of prophecy being fulfilled. All right, and the tarrying, Habakkuk, matter of fact, since I'm here, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd verse says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And that tarrying, all right, is about to be over very soon. We are at the appointed time. Okay, so it's only we're literally just seconds away, all right, from that time, all right, being accomplished, and the Lord just starting that full-on period of Jacob's trouble, which is going to lead to our deliverance out of here. All right, so we got to stay strong and just keep on watching, man. Hey, if you notice each time, because I notice it whenever I come to RT News, and I look at the different headlines, if you were to compare this to maybe 3 months ago, 2 years ago, it looks more and more, in the direction of prophecy. It's more and more bad news. It's more and more chaos going. Look, it's chaos going somewhere. Chaos happening somewhere in the world. Mystery of why people hear the dead unraveled by new study. Mysterious dark matter ghost particle may have finally been detected, ending decades-long search. So you're seeing more and more supernatural things. You're hearing more and more talks about chariots, about war, about martial law. Aren't these all prophetic? Now these articles, a couple years ago, every now and then you see like one article. Like if I was to look through all these headlines, a couple years ago, you see maybe 1 or 2 that look something like this, or look something like that, or look something like this. But now every day, every few hours, every few minutes, you go and you refresh, you'll see something more related towards prophecy. Okay, so hey, we're definitely living in the fulfillment of these last few prophecies. All right, namely the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, amongst others. So our job as watchmen is to stay upon our watch and measure the times diligently and pray. Okay, pray that the Lord has mercy on you. Pray and fast. Okay, but always pray that the Lord continues to have mercy on you and that you be accounted worthy to be delivered. So with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.